Prates has the power advantage, and he's a very loose, rangy fighter. He's got the reach advantage, and he could land here. Alright, welcome back to another video over here on SAS Combat, and today I'm here with a 2-fight prediction video, all in one. As I said in I think I said on my live stream, volume of content is sort of slowed down naturally here, and it will pick back up soon, but we go again with the prediction videos. And this weekend I'm going to be giving you 2 predictions. I know David Benavidez fights Ramirez or Zerto, but I'm not predicting that one. We're going for the big one, the biggest one. We're going for Nayoa Inoue against Junto Nakatani. And the UFC, which is also a pretty big fight, Carlos Prates takes on the #1 ranked Jack Della Maddalena, obviously coming off the loss to Islam Makhachev and losing his title in that fight. He'll come back against one of the most dangerous punchers that the UFC's seen in a while. I got 2 predictions for you, and maybe, depending on what way you're thinking, I think you might be a bit shocked by some of them, so let's get into it. So starting off, we'll go with boxing first. Nayoa Inoue takes on Junto Nakatani for his undisputed titles. What a fight this is going to be. I mean, this is the fight that people have been talking about for ages. For such a long time, people have wanted this fight, and now we get it. Now, in a way, he's getting a bit older now, but he's still undefeated. Alright, he's been dropped a couple of times, so we'll get into it, but he's still going, and he still looks sharp as ever. Then Junto Nakatani, once again, great fighter, world champion, putting together some great wins now. He goes up to take on his biggest challenge yet. Now, anyway, I done my usual thing, watch back their fights, and one thing that I noticed, in my opinion, is the biggest thing that when it comes to beating Nayoa Inoue, and I don't think that Junto Nakatani has it. I think when I watched Nakatani back in his last fight against Hernandez, I believe it was, instantly I clicked on something, and maybe it was because I watched Inouye's before, but although he's slick and he's got good head movement, and I'll get into his benefit, the main thing that stood out to me the most was the footwork difference and the speed of the feet in particular. Whenever you watch Inoue and then you watch Nakatani, it becomes very, very clear that even at his older age, Nayoa Inoue is way quicker and way slicker on his feet than Nakatani, and in my opinion, once Inoue has you on that there, everything else for his game opens, like his punch selection, power shots. I think everything sort of rolls into one with that footwork. Now, Inoue has been dropped. It was Cardenas that dropped him last, and then before that we had Luis Neri as well, who also dropped him. And those shots, inside, close up, you know, it's something that I noticed was that even in that last fight with Picasso, whenever it got close and close range, Inoue is good at landing, don't get me wrong, but that's also where, in my opinion, you're able to hit him the most. And Junto can crack, said how it is, he can crack and he can hit hard. We all seen that Maloney fight, serious knockout, and what a fight this is going to be. But I really do think that Inoue is going to be able to survive, and you know, even when he gets dropped, he comes up and he shows levels after. So I think even if Inoue faces controversy in this one, I think he gets back up, and I think he's going to defeat Junto Nakatani. I'm going to take him by decision. I just think that he's too sharp. I think those feet are too quick, and unless something's dramatically changed from the last fight, I think once he gets in that flow, he's going to outbox Nakatani, to be completely honest. But I'll take him via 12-round decision there. I'll go 117 to 111, I think it is. I'll go that for Nayoa Inoue. And yeah, I do love to see fights like this though. So loud, Tokyo Dome. What a fight this is going to be. It's going to be such a spectacle, and this is my opportunity. Do not forget it. I will be live tomorrow at a very early time for me this time. Usually it's so late that I'm sitting here barely hanging on, but tomorrow around 12 o'clock I will go live for UFC Perth and Nayoa Inoue against Junto Nakatani. Don't forget to come back, subscribe, and come and watch the live stream. Alright, so like I said, 2 predictions in this video. We move on now. Jack Della Maddalena as he takes on Carlos Prates. Now this fight right here has just violence written all over it. Jack Della Maddalena, one of the cleanest, slickest boxers you will see. Carlos Prates, a very good striker with absolutely devastating power. You do not want to stand in front of him for too long. That's something I'm going to talk about, but we all know Jack Della Maddalena is still #1 ranked. Just lost the title to Islam Makhachev last year, and unfortunately for him, he got held down in that fight and he couldn't do anything about it, and you could see in his face in the fight that he was very disappointed with that performance. Rough way to lose your title really when you get held down like that and you just can't do anything, and you know it. Yeah, it's rough right there. Carlos Prates on the other hand is coming off a career best victory. Leon Edwards done very well against him in the first round with his grappling, but I believe this will be a striking fight. Leon Edwards gets knocked out cold in the second round though, and it was a beautiful shot from Carlos Prates. But as I said, done my research, done my watch back of things, and maybe I'll give you a different result than you expect for this one. But the main thing that I noticed whenever you watch these fighters, I mean, the spinning elbow KO was ridiculous. The Leon Edwards knockout, Leon took confidence just for some some reason to stand right in front of Carlos Prates. And the biggest thing that I noticed, we've seen Carlos Prates lose in the UFC once, and that was to Ian Gary. He showed levels in striking against Carlos Prates. Now we go again, and Prates takes on the #1 contender in Jack Della Maddalena, who, funny enough, best thing he has is his striking. Ian Gary did it. Can Jack Della Maddalena do it? And this is the thing I'm talking about. So when you look at Ian Gary when he fought Carlos Prates, he never stood still. Kept moving, shooting takedowns, kept moving. And when you look at him throwing punches, he's always off at an angle. He was never on a straight line. Leon Edwards was on a straight line, but that straight shot to hit him, Prates could have landed that with his eyes closed. But when you look at Ian Gary, and I think it's footwork again, but it's also outside angle, just head off, body off center really, and you're just going forward. And he was able to land some very nice shots on Carlos Prates in there. Head kicks, uppercuts, hooks. A lot of shots were landed on Carlos Prates in that fight. Who, we've heard him, nearly did get Ian Gary out of there in the last round. That was more of an Ian Gary fumble than it was a Carlos Prates moment. Do you know what I mean? Ian Gary messed up his grappling, and Prates got him a couple of ground and pound shots, and he was in trouble all of a sudden, and that shows you the power. JDM's went up well against hard hitters, and when you look at his striking style, it's all like Ian Gary. Let's be honest here. It's footwork, combination punching, it's circling, it's moving, it's not standing still in the face of your opponent. And when you look at that Bilal Muhammad fight, that's what stood out the most, was just world class, and at that point in time, world best striking at welterweight. So although Prates has the power advantage and he's a very loose, rangy fighter, he's got the reach advantage, and he could land here, I don't see it happening. And I think that Jack Della Maddalena is going to outbox Carlos Prates. I think he's going to rip combinations to him all fight. I think he's going to keep moving and keep moving. He has that championship experience. When you look at that whole Fighting Nerds team, once you disrupt their flow, you can tell they have a rhythm about them, and he starts to get into it, then it's dangerous. But if you can put a stop to that there, like Ian Gary did, then it's dangerous for Carlos Prates. And I think that Jack Della Maddalena is going to do that. I think he's going to maintain it. I think he's going to maintain that pace, and I think he's going to keep it all up for 5 rounds. And I think he's going to beat Carlos Prates via decision or late stoppage, but we'll go with decision for now. Jack Della Maddalena is a great fighter, and I think he's being underestimated. Jack Della Maddalena is going to get this one done. Going to get it done via decision. Going to be too slick on his feet, and that movement's going to keep him out of danger the whole time. How about that? A bit of a rare one here. 2-1 in the prediction video, but I have Nayoa Inoue and Jack Della Maddalena get the victories this weekend. Those are my picks: Inoue, JDM, Benavidez, and there you go. I gotta do what I gotta do. Apologies once again for the lack of content. Some things, you know, outweigh this sometimes, and you gotta lock in for a bit, but I will be back, and I'll be back to my regular routine soon. Speaking of, there is supposed to be some fight announcements, so hopefully maybe I'll get some interviews again soon. Once again, thanks for watching, much appreciated. Like, subscribe, follow for more: Instagram, Twitter, TikTok.